Good morning, Primary 6. How are you? I'm Mrs. Rania, your math teacher. Today we will talk about relation between the geometrical shapes. Our first family is the quadrilateral. What is the quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is any shape has 4 sides. Any shape has 4 sides. And of course, if it has 4 sides, it has 4 vertices and 4 angles too. Okay? The quadrilateral has 2 sons. The quadrilateral has 2 sons. One of them is the trapezium. The trapezium has only 2 parallel sides, up and down, only 2 parallel sides. And the other son is the parallelogram. Okay, so the quadrilateral has 2 sons, trapezium and parallelogram. In this year, we will talk about the parallelogram family. The parallelogram has the rectangle, okay, the square, and the rhombus. Okay, so the parallelogram has 3 sons: rectangle, square, and rhombus. We will talk about each of them. We will start with the parallelogram. The parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which each 2 opposite sides are equal in length and parallel. Okay? The parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which each 2 opposite sides are parallel and equal in length. To write the name of a parallelogram, you use the symbol of a parallelogram. It looks like the drawing of the parallelogram. Okay? Parallelogram A, B, C, D. AB is parallel to CD. BC parallel to DA. Okay? Properties of parallelogram. The properties of parallelogram. And be careful. These properties will continue with us in every shape. Properties of parallelogram: each 2 opposite sides are equal in length and parallel to each other. So AB equal to DC, BC equal to AD. Each 2 opposite angles are equal in measure. Opposite, okay? They are opposite to each other. So measure of angle A equal measure of angle C, and measure of angle B equals measure of angle D. So if I'm talking about measure of angle A and I said this angle equals 60 degree, so measure of angle C will be 60 degree too. Okay. The sum of each 2 consecutive angles is 180 degrees. What is the meaning of consecutive angles? This angle and this angle is called opposite angles, okay? But this one and this one called consecutive. So the consecutive angles, it means they are after each other. I have a straight line joined between them or carrying them. So measure of angle A plus measure of angle B will be equal 180 degrees. So if I said this one is 60 degrees, this one must be 120 degrees, okay? After that, the 2 diagonals bisect each other. What is the meaning of diagonal? The diagonal is this straight line which join between 2 opposite angles, okay? The diagonal is this straight line which join between 2 opposite angles. The 2 diagonals bisect each other. What is the meaning of bisect? It means these 2 diagonals divide each other into 2 equal parts. It means this part will be equal to this part, and the upper part here equal to this part. The 4 parts are not equal to each other in the parallelogram, okay? But the diagonals bisect each other. Now we have some special cases. The first one is the rectangle. We will talk about it. How could I know this is a rectangle? How could I know it? If if I have just one right angle. If I have just one right angle, so this shape will be a rectangle. Okay? If I have just one right angle, so this shape will be a rectangle. Okay, the square. How could I know this shape is considered like a square? I must have two conditions. The first one, this angle or one angle is a right angle, okay? And I must have two conditions. And the two adjacent sides are equal to each other. What is the meaning of adjacent? Adjacent is the nearest side to after each other, not opposite like this. No, after each other here. Okay. The last one is the rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram which has two adjacent sides equal in length, and just one condition: two adjacent sides are equal in length. So if I have this condition, the shape will be considered like a rhombus. Now we will talk about the properties of the rectangle. The rectangle has all the properties of the parallelogram, and I'll put another properties. Each two opposite sides are equal in length and parallel to each other. All the angles are right angles, which means they are equal 90 degrees. The diagonals are equal in length. The parallelogram hasn't this condition. Okay, here in the rectangle, the two diagonals are equal in length. The last one, the diagonals bisect each other. We will talk about the rhombus now. First condition, all its sides are equal in length. If I have this side 10 centimeter, this one will be 10 centimeter, this one will be 10, and here 10 centimeter. Each two opposite sides are parallel. Parallel, it means they will never intersect to each other. Each two opposite angles are equal in measure. And take care, here in the rhombus, I have two obtuse angle and two acute angle. These two acute angle will be equal to each other, and these two obtuse angle will be equal to each other. The diagonal are perpendicular to each other. What is the meaning of perpendicular? Here it means if they are intersect, they will have this right angle. This angle will be equal 90 degrees, and we put just small square to consider it right angle. And of course the diagonals bisect each other. Okay. The last case here is our square. The square has all the conditions which we talked about. All its sides are equal in length. Each two opposite sides are parallel, and all the angles equal in measure. Each of them equal 90 degrees. Here the diagonals are perpendicular and equal in length. Perpendicular like the rhombus, equal in length like the rectangle. Okay, the diagonal bisect each other. Here we will start our example. Complete the following due to what you studied about the properties of quadrilateral geometrical shapes. Letter A, the four sides are equal in length in each of what? Where could I find four sides are equal? Yes, square and rhombus, exactly. Letter B, the two diagonals are equal in length in each of. The diagonals equal where? Yes, rectangle and square. The two diagonals are perpendicular in each of. Perpendicular, square and rhombus, exactly. The four angles are right in each of. Four angles are right where? Square and rectangle. The two opposite angles are equal in each of. Opposite angles equal in, yes, all of them. all of them, square, rhombus, rectangle, and parallelogram. Okay? The two diagonals bisect each other in each of all of them, square, rhombus, rectangle, and parallelogram too. Last one, the sum of measure of the two consecutive angles equal 180 degrees. All of them too, square, rhombus, rectangle, and parallelogram. Okay, our last example. The opposite figure shows a parallelogram in which measure angle B equal 110. Okay, we could use this one. Measure angle B equal 110. Measure angle DAC. Take care. Just a part. This part. That's all. Not all the angles. This part equal 30 degree. Find the measure of angle D and measure of angle BAC and measure of angle ACD. We will start with the measure of angle D. Look to the measure of angle D. Measure angle D is opposite to measure of angle B. So they are equal to each other. So measure angle D equal 110 degrees. Okay, after that, measure angle BAC. Measure angle BAC, it's here. It's a part. Part of what? Of an angle. So I know the consecutive angles equal 180 degrees. I'll start with 180 degrees minus which I have. So it will be 180 degrees minus angle D plus measure angle DAC equal 180 degree minus 110 plus 30 equal 40 degrees. Okay? Studied well, and thank you all. Thank you.